Pisces, this is your March 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada, for everyone who have their ascendant, sun, and moon in Pisces. And what does March hold for you? I always start first with the more difficult news. Saturn is turning retrograde in your 10th house. What does it mean? Well, whenever Saturn turns retrograde, it becomes stronger, becomes more powerful, its influence is more intense, and Saturn is one of those difficult planets. So it kind of intensifies the testing in certain areas in our life, and it continues from March till August almost for a lot of Pisces. And in particular, it might have to do with Pisces with some extra responsibilities that they've taken on in the past months, which can escalate, which can create more demands on them, which can require extra efforts from them. And this can be very much connected even to their career, because Saturn goes retrograde in your 10th house, Pisces. And the 10th house is the house of, sorry about that, is the house of authority figures, of work, of career. So if you've had some increase, or actually the responsibilities can increase now, you can feel it in a strong way, and you might feel sometimes that there's too much demand on you, and you might be wondering, can I make it? You know, will I be able to manage? But you just have to persevere. In Saturn periods, no one helps you, you help yourself. God helps you if you help yourself during Saturn periods. You have to be secure, you have to be mature, responsible in regards to your responsibilities, in regards to any duties that were given to you, extra duties. You have to push through, because if you do not, Saturn takes away from you something. You know, Saturn can take away a position, Saturn can take away a position of authority, or can take away something else important from you if you do not give it your best efforts. Because Saturn wants to teach us perseverance no matter what, in whatever difficult situations. It teaches us hardiness. It teaches us to be tough. It teaches us to be patient. It teaches us to work hard. So these retrograde periods of planets are very important, because this is when we learn the most and the best, not through easy way, but through basically having more duties, more pressure on us, in a sense, more stress sometimes. But this is exactly when we become tough, and this is exactly how we learn to cope more with the world and the practical material demands of the world. And it might be in some other areas of your life, but maybe mostly towards 10th house, towards career in some way. But particularly who will feel it? It will be the February-born Pisces that feel it most strongly. And those Pisces that have their ascendant or their moon in the first 6-7 degrees of Pisces, because Saturn particularly aspects those degrees. So the February-born Pisces, or the first, ascendant or moon in Pisces, if you have in the first till the 6th degree in Pisces, you'll feel quite strongly the demands of Saturn. The other Pisces might not feel it so strongly. The other Pisces, it might be a bit weaker. They might not be so aware of it for the next 4 or 5 months. But the early Pisces, for sure, lessons of maturity, of taking more responsibility, of trying harder, pushing harder, of more responsibilities, of more grown-up practical approach, taking it step by step, slowly, patience. And how do we learn patience? When we learn patience when things kind of are not going as fast as we want, when things are slowing down, I know these are the best qualities that we can ever develop, are the ones that are hardest acquired through the hardest circumstances. That's why Saturn has such a bad rap, especially when it's retrograde, because its power becomes twice as strong, slows down things more, gets them more hefty, more responsible, more. But this is exactly in those periods when we build up the best qualities for us. And anyway, so let's move to the more easy influence. Those of you, and just to mention those, the early February-born Saturn Pisces, and the first 6-7 degrees ascendant on the moon, they might have some separating episodes happening in March, April, May, because Saturn has a separating influence. Saturn separates us from the things that are no longer relevant in our life, or the things that we do not put much commitment into, or the things that are not much committed to us, or people that are not much committed to us. Only things that we really work hard on stay in our life. Just warn. And if you lose those things, well, then it just wasn't your path. This wasn't the right person or the right place or the right thing in your life, to have. Anyway, what else is happening? In a positive way, your second house is getting triggered, Pisces, with positive manifesting planets. And the second house is finances. So I have good news for you. For Pisces, especially if your ascendant is in Pisces, you most likely have your second house cusp of finances in the area in Aries, which is very strongly manifesting sign for March. And what is happening is that the planets that trigger it make sure that you can win something, that you can increase your finances. Maybe you can get a bonus, or maybe you can get, if you're working for yourself, a contract that guarantees you more financial stability, like I myself. If it is, for example, I can get more clients coming in that bring more money in some way. So somehow you're going to do something with your finances which increases them, and depends how good your second house is naturally. If your second house is naturally strong and you can manifest big amounts of money, well, this can be a big hit for you, this can be, or second house is not only money, it can be resources. You can buy something that you really love, something that is valuable, some valuables, but it's tangible, it's real. But if you don't have a strong manifesting second house materially, then it can be in a small way that you manifest. Maybe you buy yourself a nice dress, or maybe I don't know, you get maybe 100 extra pounds or dollars this month. But definitely the tendency is to increase in some way financially, to manifesting in material, tangible way, with resources, with possessions, with finances. And let's see, 8th house, just a second, Pisces, Sagittarius, second. And then also your 6th house is triggered in a very positive way, which is another tangible material house. Jupiter is there and it receives very good aspects from Venus, from Mars, from Uranus. So things regarding your work is the 6th house, your working environment. Maybe if you had some complicated situation with competition in your working environment, you can smooth it out. Or maybe if you're working on some project, you can, now in March, when there is such a good planet in your 6th house and you're receiving good aspects from it, you can basically improve somehow your working situation. You can perfect your working environment in some way. And also 6th house rules health, so there might be some kind of improvement in regards to your health, or in regards to, you might take some steps that you treat your body better in some way, So this is what I see for you, Pisces. Just the early born Pisces have a little bit more tense time of Saturn, but the others can have more practical, tangible, material manifestation, dealing with problems that they solve. And even if there is some moment where there might be more expenses as well, because Mars is one of the planets that can make you spend more, but at the same time it's as if even if you spend more, you're able to balance it out financially or to get some gain out of it. So thank you very much, Pisces, and I'll see you next month.